It is one badass concept. Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful Friday. It is the end of the week. Man, I'm so happy to be out here. You have no idea. It has been just gloomy gusts all week long. Right now it's our hurricane season here in Florida, so we have just been absolutely covered in water all week long. This is actually the first day I'm able to get out and tape a video. I've been trying to tape this video for 3 days solid now, and every time I come out at lunch, boom, it winds up raining on me. So, without further ado, it is going to be a fun Tech Friday. Let's see the cool things I found this week. Very cool. One of them, very appropriate for the weather I'm having here, kind of. But let's check them out. Our first wonderful toy is, man, I don't know what to call it. It's a mix. It is a combination of an e-bike, an electric bike, and a super high performance motorcycle. So they're calling it a motorcycle. I guess we'll call it a e-motorcycle. This little bad boy that you see below comes from us from a German company called Novus Electric. This is the first sports hybrid, completely carbon fiber framed e-bike motorcycle. They're calling it a motorcycle, but I don't know. To me, it's more like a souped up e-bike, but I mean, it does do 60 miles per hour, right? That badass looking thing right there. Does 60 miles per hour, has a battery, holds a charge for 1 hour. Not quite sure you're getting 60 miles per hour for 1 hour. I'm thinking that's more of an averaged out speed to get that 60 minutes battery life out of it. But I mean, it's super impressive. It's super lightweight. It's as strong as aircraft aluminum. It's all carbon fiber. You see that it is street legal. It does have brake lights and a headlight. Can't find them, right? It's all hidden. It's all built in on angles and flush with the frame. Actually goes from 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds. So, I mean, faster than my car? Definitely. Not highway worthy though. Unfortunately, the only drawback, this particular motorcycle is strictly for suburbs and street use only. It is not qualified for highway use. I'm guessing simply because of the weight. The power to weight ratio must have a lot to do with it. I mean, because all motorcycles have a weird, power to weight ratio, but they can go on the highway. But I guess it's also, since it has a top speed of 60, and you probably can't maintain that for, even 60 minutes, that, you'd be too slow moving on certain highways. Here in Florida, the speed limit is 75. You're only allowed to go 5 miles below. So it doesn't do 70, so therefore it wouldn't be eligible to go on our particular highways. But, I mean, what do you think? Is it something you'd like? Oh, wait, maybe I should tell you the cost of it. You see, as always, there is a price that comes with being cool and high tech. This bad boy right here is just a mere $39,000. That's right. Would you like a e-sport hybrid motorcycle, can go in a bicycle rack, weighs as much as a car tire toy? This particular toy will set you back almost 40 grand. I think tax and all, it's a little over 42,000, so I may be pulling your leg. It's over 40 grand. And you see what it is. It's gorgeous. It's cool and high tech. But I mean, you get a full-fledged highway safe motorcycle for a third of that price. I mean, I could get a Harley Leaf Attack. I get a Harley for, 25, 30 grand. And it's, one of America's most badass motorcycles. I mean, there are a lot. There's Indian brand, BMW. You get any kind of motorcycle at that price. But you tell me. I mean, it does go in a bicycle rack. You can wheel it into your house. It's so light and small. I think it weighs a total of 80 kilos, so about 160 pounds. You can't beat that for a motorcycle. But 40 grand, you tell me, what do you think? 60 miles per hour, 60 minutes, 40 grand. The toy for you? I don't know. I think it's a bit out of my league for now, but I'm just so silly I can see myself buying one day, simply because it's like replace my bicycle with a, but that doesn't help, does it? Then no exercise. Yep, I don't know. 40 grand, way too much. Maybe if they get it down to 5 or 6, I consider it, right? It's just like a fair weather friend. But if you think this thing was cool, oh, we're headed to the water for the next thing. Check it out. Our next toy is this badass thing. This is called the Way-Do Flyer. Oh man, it looks cool, right? It is a motorized foil board. So I guess kind of a hybrid surfboard, hydrofoil, hand-controlled, badass water toy. The Way-Do feels like you're riding on air. Since it has the hydrofoil effect, it bumps you up off the ground, I'd say probably a foot to half a foot. What am I talking about, ground? I mean water. It throws you up above the water by at least a foot, and then you're just hydrofoiling along, just kind of scooting, surfing, planing. It has a handheld remote. So if you've ever seen Razor scooters or oh man, I'm allergic to bees, so that ain't good. You ever seen the electric skateboards? It has a very similar handheld controller, just like that. Can accommodate up to 265 pounds of weight. Comes and breaks down into 2 pieces, the hydrofoil part and the board part. The board itself is 71 inches long, so it's very deceptive in that photo. It looks like it's kind of short, but it's not. I mean, it's just about 6 feet long. So, I mean, that's pretty long. That's enough space to ride on for me. Only thing is, you'll find ones that are similar. They're around 7,000. Our good friend, Mr. Way-Do Flyer, he comes in at 12 grand. Now, a lot cheaper than our e-bike was, but I don't know. How do you feel about that? You ever owned a surfboard? I had a surfing phase one time. Boards are only a couple of $100. This thing is 12 grand. I mean, you are floating on air, so kind of like Star Wars style, I guess. I think it has a 6,000 watt brushless motor that propels the thing. Gets you 2 hours of continuous use. So I'm guessing with one battery, you get at least a good 3-hour clip, because until you become super proficient, no way you're riding that 2 hours straight. I don't even see where you would want to. I would think after about 20-30 minutes, if you ever owned a boat or a jet ski, after about 20 or 30 minutes, it's exhausting. You think you're just standing there controlling it, but it's a hell of a lot harder than that. You've got to put a lot of physical and mental, emotional attitude into riding these things. So it's been my experience, even on the jet ski where you're sitting down. I've had both. I've had the ones where you stand up, and I've had the ones where you sit down. Even on the ones where you sit down, after about 20-30 minutes of continuous riding, you want to stop. You want to stop and jump in. You want to just float around and relax for a minute. So, I don't think, I'm not sure if the battery's interchangeable or not. I really didn't see that anywhere in the articles I read. So I'm not even sure you can swap it out. But I mean, just basically with a 2-hour battery life, you're thinking 3 hours minimum. I mean, that's pretty much your day out there. If not, you know, you're coming back to the dock, it charges in 1 hour. And 1 hour for a 90% charge. So, I mean, after being out there 2.5, 3 hours, you're back charging in an hour. That's the whole day for you. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But again, I guess it all goes back to price, right? You can find similar models made by off-brand companies because it's not any kind of new technology. They'll run you around $7 grand. But I don't know, this bad boy, it's really got a lot of features that the other ones don't. The longer battery life, the mobility where it breaks down into 2 parts. I think it weighs in total 65 pounds. So about 30 pounds for one part, 30 pounds and a half for the other, about 35 pounds for the motor part, I'm guessing 30 pounds for the board. So, you know, makes it way easier to transport. Problems with the old ones were many of them were single solid one piece that you had to lug and have somebody help you, or a dolly. So I mean, you know, technology's gotten better. It's 2 parts, it's easier to transport. But again, $12,000 surfboard. You tell me, people. Sound like a toy you have to have in your repertoire? Is it the surfboard you're missing? Is it not a surfboard? Is it more of a jet ski where you really, I mean, it is controlled by body motion, so don't get me wrong. There's no steering wheel. It does have a rope attachment that you see would come in very handy for us vloggers. I mean, look at that. I could scoot with one hand and camera with the other. I mean, I guess it, you know, it does have extra benefits that the other ones don't have. So, but I don't know if it's worth $5 grand more, but I don't own one. Would you? Let me know in the comments down below. It's the Way-Do Flyer. Look it up, man. The videos are pretty cool. They were all copyrighted, so I couldn't add any, but check it out. And you know, our home base here, YouTube, has a ton of them, but Way-Do Flyer, not in my future. I do have one more incredibly spectacular toy that I have to share with you. All right, my friends, our last amazing toy on our list today is actually a concept car. So you won't be able to get it. I won't be able to. Man, I want one badly. This concept car is made by our good friends at Volkswagen. Actually, if you go online, you can see their very cool animated and interactive videos. It is called the Volkswagen Hover Car. It's a concept car made by Volkswagen, as you can see in the pictures. Super cool, super space age, bubblish, badass, futuristic, non-conventional propulsion system vehicle. It's just like it says, it's a hover car. The premise being the roads will have magnets implanted in them, and the car will have an opposing electromagnet incorporated into the system. The interior, you'll operate it with a joystick. It'll have full GPS, so it'll be autonomous. It can be autonomous, so you can take over and take control if you want. I like that. I mean, I can see myself joysticking around and woo, buzzing people in the street. If you go back and watch the video that's here on YouTube, it's pretty cool. Guy looks like a robot, a mannequin, a spokesperson. I had to check. It's a real person. But anyway, the hover car would be super safe because it would have all the modern autonomous anti-collision features built into it. You would be able to, like I said, be hands-free, put it in auto mode. It would be 100% safe. It would hover. Oh, it looks like in the video they're estimating around 2.5 to 3 feet above the ground. So that's why hover, not fly. Would have 2-passenger capability in the beginning, like you see now. So it will accommodate 2, but I have seen concept redrawings already where it will accommodate 4. It is one badass concept car, isn't it? Has rear thruster for propulsion, electromagnetic system that keeps it hovering. Zero emissions, right? It's as safe as can be with nothing put back. And it would be an easy conversion. I don't see a problem integrating magnet strips. It would be strip magnets on the roads that exist now. It could actually be a whole resurfacing of magnet and the road could remain a road. Very cool. No price. It's a concept. So, you know, just hopes and dreams of engineers and people like me that love exciting, stupid new toys. But bravo, Volkswagen, going in the perfect direction. Electromagnetic floating, I love that stuff. I have a speaker at home, actually the speaker in my office. I'll show it to you guys one day. It's a floating orb, super powerful. It's probably like the equivalent of a 50-watt speaker. It's the size of a hardball baseball. Floats, changes colors, all kinds of fancy crap. Yes, a very overpriced speaker toy. Told you, man, I can't help myself sometimes. The toys are, you know, we're always children inside. I try to always feed that child part of me. But that was the amazing tech from concept to reality this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys are liking the new format. 3 days a week, little longer videos, much better production, I'm hoping. At least I feel it is. You let me know in the comments down below. You know how this works. Comment, like, subscribe. Love ya. Have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. See everyone on Monday.